Find me.
Okay, well, Goldie will also lent me the mat. And the day she lent it to me, we went for lunch. And then at lunchtime, I'm saying, I can feel this cold coming on. You're not going to believe it. My nose won't stop running. And I could feel it on the left side of my head. And, you get these sinus headaches. I could just feel it coming on. I'm like, Goldie, I don't know. I'm hoping this is going to work and we can get to my house with this pad. Because I'm telling you, I'm feeling this cold coming on. So we left. We went to my house right away. And I got on the mat. And I didn't really feel anything. But I thought, oh, I'm going to try that. The little pad, the mini pad. So I put it over my head like a dome like this, and I went on it and did that for, I think it was 24 minutes. And then that evening I thought I'll try it one more time. I did the same thing again, went to bed, had a good sleep, woke up, that cold was completely gone. Never even got into me as much as it was coming on so fast, and I had so much nasal drip. It was incredible. But that was gone. So that was my first real thing. And when I get colds or anything like this H1N1 going around just now, I didn't have a pad at my house. And it was right after New Year's. I caught that stupid cold on the 2nd. And when I get a cold, it goes straight to my chest. And I'm very susceptible to pneumonia because I had it as a double pneumonia when I was 3 weeks old. So when colds go around, I get them, and I get them bad. So the first thing I do is an old remedy from traditional from my family was a mustard plaster for your chest. And so I would do that right away every time so I wouldn't get pneumonia. Well, this time I did it, and I could still feel it really strong in my chest. And on Thursday, I made a doctor's appointment because he's closed on Fridays. I said I'll make it for Monday and get a chest x-ray because my right lung is in so much pain right now. I can feel that cold is in my right lung. It's just aching. And she says, well, okay, see how you feel on the weekend, and yeah, we'll make an appointment. So I made an appointment for Monday. So all over the weekend, I did the pad, and just put it right on my chest, like that. And it was a square tooth wave, and gone. Took it right under my chest. I phoned them Monday morning and said, I'm not coming. I don't need a chest x-ray. I'm good. So that was incredible for me to get through a cold that quick like that. I did do, another thing I noticed the first time I had it was I laid on it, and twice I did this, and my knuckles went crack, 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 crack. Every one of them, like each joint, all my hand. I couldn't believe it, and I thought, wow, that just loosened up something in my hands. I couldn't believe it. That was really cool. It felt really neat too. It just felt like it was a release. It was interesting. And my job, I stand a lot, so I have to always put the little pad or something on my knee, the spot, and that's incredible how good that works. Then I can go back to work. If I do it in the morning, I can stand all day, and then at night I might come home and just go and lay on the mat and I'm good. But I tried the 400 setting with the pad, with the little one, when I first got it, and you're right, it did respond. I was like, oh, that didn't feel very good. I think I did something wrong. No, and Goldie says, well, how high did you turn it? I said, I had it on 400. She goes, that's a little high. And I'm like, oh, okay, so I shouldn't do that. She says, no, I think that's kind of not too good. So I never did that again. And I have no problems with my knee. And I had broke my wrist. Speaking of the Crocs, that's exactly how I did it. Water got in my croc when I was watering, and my foot slipped, and down I went, and I broke my wrist. And this was in August 1st, 16. And they put a plate in here, and I wanted to get that plate out of there. And so they sent me to a nerve doctor, and the nerve doctor said, oh, well, just so happens you're getting a little carpal tunnel in your wrist too, so when we take the plate out, we'll do a little carpal tunnel surgery too. Well, this was on December the 7th next year. And I never had a mat at the time, but on, like I say, on December the 7th, January the 7th, I got the mat again. And it's amazing what it's done for this. The scar tissue, my hand is like amazing. And they told me it was going to be like a year, because when they do carpal tunnel, they do a lot of layer stitching inside on different layers with dissolvable stitches, I'm told. And it can take up to a year for your hand to heal when you do carpal tunnel surgery. I had no idea that. But anyways, by going on the mat, I've just noticed such an incredible, sometimes I'll feel I haven't done too much spot right on my hand because just laying on it, sometimes I'll feel this tingling on my hand inside right here, and I'm like, oh, that feels kind of weird. So then I'll take it off the mat and just set it on my, and then I'll put it back on. And I think what it is it's just waking up the nerves in here because it's such an intense surgery, I'm told, inside here. Like the outside feels great, but I just feel sometimes, and it's just the nerves inside. So I know it's a healing thing because I can just feel it already. It's just doing so good. And Diana talked about depression. I was going through some grief, a loss of my partner, and I was doing a lot of grieving, and I even went to hospice to some group counseling there, and I decided to do, just see how I felt from the mat, and again, it took away a lot of my depression and grief. Geez, am I at the end of my list here? I sleep so much better. I sleep like incredible. It's been a real good thing for me. I'm telling you, I really like it. And I don't do drugs. I don't like to take any kind of painkillers, none of that stuff. So this is my godsend, and I look at it like, oh, and you talked about the chiropractor. I used to spend, I could get you the thing what I spent last year on the chiropractor. I was going 2-3 times a week getting adjusted because my neck was always such a pain. It just, I haven't been to a chiropractor at all since I got the mat. I just love it. I'm feeling good. I don't need my neck cracked like I used to every week. It's good. I can't believe the incredible changes for me. I love it. And I look at it like this is my medicine right there for the rest of my life with every aspect of my life. And I continue to eat healthy and do exercises when I can, and but that's my little god over there. Yeah, so I love it. Yeah, and I do have one on order too.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
I didn't know any of that. The
Yeah.
only thing I knew was the cold.
Oh, and the
So,
knuckles.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I had heard
Yeah.
that. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks a million,
Thank you so
Cheryl.
much.
Yeah, it was good. It's great.